Presente Abashima Shabashim Kwa Kodash. The bonus on three apostles of great millstone, and honest brothers that be pushing the truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above everybody, I'm coming out here to give it his truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Abashim Hashak, Bashim Kwa Kodash. Giving up praise unto Abashim Shabashim Kwa Kodash. Okay, so this is going to be a relatively quick video based upon this article that we see here and the brother's video that I just posted within my on my page. And pretty much the brother's video goes into the death of masculinity. So I wanted to go into some points that I was aware of and some precepts that I could speak about concerning this particular topic, excuse me. And pretty much this is a crisis, okay? This is a crisis, and it's been socially engineered, it's been chemically engineered, and we've got a situation out here throughout the four corners of the earth where pretty much Esau has bound a strong man, like the scripture saith. And in binding the strong man, he's been able to pacify and eradicate, the men of old, right? Big granddad's gone, okay? Big papa's gone, for lack of a better way of putting it, right? Pause, right? The old patriarchs of the families, that's a thing of the past. And we got these female-led households, which when you look at the statistical data, those are the worst households for children, especially black male children, Negro, Hispanic, and Native American male children to grow up in. Okay, the numbers suggest, or the numbers tell us, rather, well, not suggest, but tell us that the highest suicide rates among men is from amongst those individuals that have been raised up in a female-dominated environment. Okay, a single parent household, which usually defines a single female parent household. But also, we see with the data that when a male figure raises the kids, the results is much better, okay? But Esau's designed a system that favors the woman, which we see in the scriptures, it's not so, right? And that's why the scripture says, woe unto you, for your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. But don't think that amongst the elites, don't think at all that amongst the elites, they are conduct their families like how they enforce these families to be conducted throughout the four corners of the earth, right? Amongst the elite banking families, they have patriarchal, right, societies. They live underneath a patriarchal environment, okay? That's what the elite banking families do. That's what they have amongst their families. The wealth goes down through the father's line, but they push this effeminized, right, women worship, a virus throughout the four corners of the earth for the express purpose of pacifying the males within the culture. Because if the strong man is bound, then the house can be entered. And that's why you see, like the scripture says within the book of Jeremiah, the first chapter, therefore the nations are mad. That's why you see these nations are mad, because of what? Because the men have been pacified and destroyed. Okay, there's a lack of masculinity throughout the four corners of the earth, therefore there's no protection. And when you see the word Abba within the Hebrew, right, the word Abba breaks down to the Alaf, Bayath, and that's it. Yeah, that's the Alaf and the Bayath, right? The A, the Alpha, right, represents what? Right, the Alaf, sorry, it's like represents what? The ox's head, okay, and the Bayath, right, represents the household, right? So the strength of the household has been taken away, which is the father. Okay, so now you got this generation that's grown up without fathers, and they're totally messed up in their head to the end. Like you see here, there's a new crisis of masculinity, and I'm just gonna read a little bit of this, right? Especially amongst the lower classes. What do you see? Okay, there's a point here, right? Whether you look at the education or the labor market or the addiction rates, right? So all these guys are addicted to drugs. They're addicted to Instagram. They're addicted to quick fixes, suicide attempts. It's not a pretty picture for men, right? Because Esau's designed a system that favors the men. Okay, Esau's designed a system that's designed to destroy masculinity out of it. Because ultimately, why bother, raising an army to go and fight against, the barbaric tribes of etc., like they used to do within the ancient world? Why do all of that when you could just pacify them? Right, you can fill the water with now I'm gonna have to be careful here with a YouTube thing. Lest the video be taken down. But pretty much you could use chemicals to destroy that possibility. That's pretty much a decent way of putting it. right? You can use chemicals to destroy that possibility, right? To stop the problem even before it starts. Okay, that's what Esau's done. Okay, that's what Esau's done. He's done that from the foundations of the earth. He's done that for the longest time, where he's used particular things, elements, let's say, and hopefully that doesn't flag up on YouTube. He used particular elements that he puts within your consumable goods. That's good. That's a good way of putting it, to where it shouldn't flag up on YouTube. He's used particular elements within your consumable goods to where your whole makeup is messed up, like the brother said within the video that I'm gonna post on my page, right? So your whole body is messed up. Not only your body is messed up, your mind is messed up, because you haven't got no real true male representation within your family or on the media that you consume. You can't say Will Smith is a leader anymore. Look what they done to him, right? Look at what they done to Batista. Batista's looking moist right now, right? Dwayne Wade, moist. LeBron James is standing up and walking away with a handbag. So the whole idea of masculinity has been totally destroyed, and these guys out here, man, they're through. But that's why the scripture says what it says. You know, the scripture predicted it. It said, you know, you're gonna have to show yourself as a man within the society that we're living in right now. And why is that? Because we're living in a very dark society that has destroyed masculinity for all intents and purposes, and it was done deliberately so that Esau will have a much easier time in bringing forth this enterprise that he's been trying to bring forth for the longest time. That's why they done it. That's why they did how they did it. Okay, it's easy to go tell the women to take the chip, right? Because they're dependent on the system, so they're gonna take the chip. But if you go up, you know, like a gang of barbarians, man, they ain't doing that, man. They ain't doing that. They ain't gonna do that. They're gonna resist. Don't think these individuals that you see on TV right now are resisting, representing any type of freedom or free speech, right? A lot of these guys out here that we're seeing now, like the Andrew Tates of the world, or what's this guy in England that started all the riots and everything? These are guys that have been paid off. Right? These are scapegoats. Okay, these are scapegoats, and you know they make you feel like you know they stole power to the people and all of that. But the reality of the situation is, if you see what their values are and what they really stand for, it's all in line with the agenda of the elites. Which part of the elites' agenda is to have some acceptable levels of chaos, right? So when you see particular talking points and people are standing up for it, like immigration and this, that, and the third, that plays into that's all part of the plan of the elites to destabilize the society. But if they was really going out there and saying, look, hold on a minute, you guys have raised the interest rates, right? That is the elite banking families, right? You guys have raised the interest rates. You guys keep on ripping us off. We want you out of the country. That's when you really would have somebody that was standing up for something. But you ain't gonna have that. Why? Because you got a bunch of effeminized male addicted to Twitter and Instagram that could easily be influenced into swaying into a particular a field of thinking, right? That could be easily brainwashed into thinking particular ways, which really is not brainwash means to have your mind clean, which the truth cleanses your mind, but it could be subverted into believing particular things. That, like the whole red pill movement, that was a whole subversion, man. Okay, these are riots that you have throughout the four corners of the earth. A lot of these protests as well, a lot of these strikes are all set up, right? A lot of these strikes are all set up because it all plays into the elite's plans of destabilizing the world. But like I said, if you really had a movement of people rising up against the elite banking families, that could be organic. But you ain't never going to get that because that requires free thought. Okay, that requires free thought. And there's no more free thought. And why is there no more free thoughts? Because there ain't no men anymore. Okay, all the men are gone. Right, save the elect of the heavenly, the hopeful elect of the heavenly Father. Okay, so that's the video with that. Double honors unto the apostles of great millstone. And honor supposed to be pushing these truth in sincerity. Shalom.